and then so biom onyanko for ayayeng adom yasa aba abishim wahase na ene de dwumedi ene de ne me pese me de hyase ene enchia kese pa ema wo a wo hweye ewo fie ewo adwume mu ene bro no biara so a wo anyankopon ede enkwa che ye mienu yidie ene na enhyira enka ne din na unim se edumemre da enwumre se ye di amene wo ye ni adaje esanse ye akwenya na mede amaye se ne bi ya ye besua normal a efa ye apomuden ho na ne e wose etumi ye fa ho no ne ya ye na so unim se empempie no normal ne bebre wo ho aye ma ya adwen enkoso ebi wo ho atije ye beka se obi enya adwen mu yare a Jesus se bi we yi natade ana se ebi a we onda ayaya a onenam a onhu ni fie kwan ne e beka se onua ne tirimo aka na esanse ebi a normal bebre wo ho aye nim no eno nti na ehu hia se e wo se ye hu normal ni bi titiu ne e fa ya adwen mu ho na so nsa adwen no so de no ana kita body no o ka kire wo ho se pain bi wo ba bia wo ye dem pain no this way you are if you are adwen mu no enjoy that. And so that is why we are here this evening, WTV Consulting Room, always here with you to share information that will be very vital for your health, your family, loved ones, and everyone around you. And when it comes to times like this, you know that the information we bring you, the seasoned professionals we engage, they are just number one. And until and then so yeshimoha, nenen komodie no, there was some wonderful guests or more any better and common. And I are very global in TV Pacho. It didn't be crowd over who's a nyame or door ampa. This is WTV Consulting Room. We're going to come back soon to you, and then I would introduce the topic for the day, and then our guest that we'd have here. God is always good. We shall come back to you soon. Thank you so much.
Aduful, ade ache bio. Ye call ye na so ye ko die. Ye rade adom nti. Ye nyina ya sorry. Emofra akọ mu school. Adwumayfo so kọ omunyuma so. Se wo son da yo, se wan son da yo. Ye ka kire sorry na shere. Sorry na shere dwumadie ya no pabusu dwumadie bi a ye de bre yen. Se de be ya ye betimi enyini ewo hunhu na yenyi wo hunamu na mpo etimi yenyini ewo adwene mu se de be ya yenyina betimi akyekere man na ya kyekere asafo na afi kra yetimi akyekere busua
ye behwe nsem a enkoso wo oman Ghana mu eni wiase afa na nyina
ye befa nsem yi efi ko wankrata mu ene abefo internet so
anape bia ye nsem a ema enidaso eni insatwaye ebebre ye de onyankopon asem bebre na ya hweso e de aboye bra afa kan ye hu anape bia na ye mfa enije nsem embre
eni nti afa kan ye ho
Anita Kwaku
eni Reverend 𝗥cie když ewo Wesleyan TV so afa obetimi ahwe won WTV Ghana ewo Facebook so na afa Wesleyan TV Ghana ewo YouTube so sorry na sharing
wake up to a purposeful day.
Dwumadie aboafo bi te se
All Insurance, multi-credit savings and loans.
ana Methodist University Ghana ana aso yasen
Yen in church, Jumedia Sronqua, Methodist, Yasha at the air brem, in church, so you best see a dear, afa, the new Effayan coupon, yes, to Christo, home, Kong, and a sunny to your GDMO anamo. A be pence and pence, a GDN of Fappem. Yen church, you be pisa, you best see a neighbor home. Kayawe, na yen see a the hour yen church, so yen church, ye ma GDNO at the hope pepe.
Nunti yadamasi bebre semetimi enya abotre atwenye wanda nyeshi hefia heninye yo WTV consulting room wake menek bine won hanye umanye alo wonga nyegbekene akeshi wona ekpeshi empempi no ebi wo ha osori anopa wonim se djuma no wo ko se wa bro se wo yawo wo hu ne ekoso wo widie mu se wonji leave and the worst is say be a one leave ni kwa we and so you ask yourself what is happening to you. You can't really explain oba hospital na ne wo ho ne se ebi ana ya because ye scan ye A ye B ye C ni echi no ye ntumi ehu dekodia a eyo enu nti na ene ye pese ye hwehwemu bia na se enkita hodie bi na ye hwe ne ekoso tichu no ene se na ochi mu ni nyinara na say yes na ochi ni mo no aye 10th of October World Mental Health Day na wonim se eba na sa empempi enye wona sebi omu edwa omo a omo nam ne pe na ye hwe omo ho de aka na yempo a ye hwe ntare a yetete ha no bia na ye de nipo ne ye more critical enu nti na ene ye topic na ye hwe na say enkita hodie ne ye hwe ne say yes mental health focus on workplace stress. Enti ene ye share workplace stress related to mental health. Na sa enkomodie yi nyame adome ye ma mienu bi a omo nimde kese wo ho enu nti me introduce ne odikane oye ve sofo bia penny osofo papa bi senior school charity Reverend Mrs. Irene owusia te do mama mepacho yamawo akwaba na mama Irene a special educator and counseling psychologist na manager bebre say after a long time you share on such a platform, so I know we're going to have a good time. Na near Tasumi, I mentioned earlier that today it is a global discussion, and so the next guest we have here, God be my helper to help you to not to crucify her name. Your friend Sarah Gaitahan will that Emmanuel. Yes. Wow, what was saying about bro video? I'm not sure you answer. Eti Oba Sarah Ethiopian,
yes, please,
yes, Ofi Ethiopia, and or Ghana na Oye Ejuma, and it is a great privilege to have her here, my dear. You're most welcome, Mama Sarah. Oye, counseling psychologist and the National Organizing Secretary of Ghana Psychological Association. Into me, so mummy, post so papa. It about psychology and it related areas in Ghana. These two ladies have a very vital contribution to it. And once again, I welcome you to this evening's show. Mama, at least I think I would love it. So your middle name and the surname, what's the meaning? Is it Gaitahan?
Gaitahun.
Gaitahun.
Yes.
Whoa. And then
Welde Emmanuel.
Welde Emmanuel. God is good. This has a meaning.
Welde Emmanuel means born from Emmanuel.
Oh, okay.
And Gaitahun means be Lord.
Gaitahun means be Lord. Be Lord.
Yes.
That is great. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you
great.
too.
So I think we're going to start from you since we've already taken the lead. So when we're talking about mental health with work-related stress, why amongst all the topics for consideration or among all the dimensions in mental health, you want to look at work-related stress?
Okay, so October 10 by WHO, which is the World Mental Health Organization, is assigned for mental health. And every year there are different themes for celebration of the World Mental Health Day. So 2024, the World Mental Health Day has focused the celebration specifically for the workers' mental health at workplace. So this year, WHO is promoting or advocating for mental well-being all around the globe, not only in one country. So in Ghana, Ghana Psychology Association, which is GPA, as part of the global mental health advocate organizations, also promoting this idea in Ghana to also mental health at workplace to be looked at it very well, because mental health has a vital aspect of the workplace at the workplace, because if the mental work of the worker is in a well or in a good condition, the productivity will be going high. But if the mental health of the worker is not in a good condition, the productivity of or the outcome of the product of the workplace is very low.
I like this one. Also, say your mental health. Say your adjimo, your juma. Say your software, your teachers, your nurses, your bankers. Baby, I will be an say what jimo. Ewo ahoden eboa ema we juma ekoso ye if the mental health of the worker is
not in a good condition, in a good
state. It affects productivity.
Yes,
it is good to hear that. Mama, ain't na ye say mental health and then work related. It needs to be in a good state. What does it even mean? That aspect of mental health, work related stress.
That's it. For this question.
Yeah.
But yeah, she be being so say. See, a case mental health. Is different from mental illness. Yeah, when you come mental health, then people are equating it to abodam, like psychiatry. That is not the case. Mental health is the state, your well-being, the well-being of the state of your well-being. Unipa driano, say adreni sisi so, bibia sisi so. That's mental health. So it affects everybody. Yenina, one way or the other, we have mental health issues. And yenya when you adrimu yare, not the hospital. And no, yeah, into mental health are different from obia when you mental illness. They are two different things. But yeah, focus is on mental health. Mental health, medical can say is the state of your well-being, which allow you to think, to laugh, to create, to regulate your own emotions, etc. And they say, oh, now one can say, now to mean control one. Not to say there's a problem. Because if your mental health is right, you should be able to control your emotions. So when something happens, you should be able to control. But if something happens and you get so angry that nothing can control you, then it means there's a problem. So it means that as someone because one way or the other we fall into some of these things. So mental health issues, no, let me give some of the poor signs of mental health so that it will help us to build the good one in the workplace.
That's great.
So if you are there and you can't sleep, you have problem with sleeping. Okay, it's not 1 day, 2 days, but for a period of time, you are not having adequate sleep. You can't even sleep, maintain sleep. Obi to make odam paswana diachi. Then there's a problem. Because if your mental psychic is correct, you should, when you go to bed, you should sleep. There are people who cannot even concentrate.
Say Abia or ye
Adebia na to me see adia na or ye no since adwene etwetwesi. Into be say na why mistake na why say anamikra na and it's not the aye kan nya ade a esi dakro de etimi esi but etwaso we are adwene to me sisi and we say it means that you have a poor mental health state. Obi wo ho a kakra na nwe fiade memory loss. Or ye juma was starting and if you said this is the stage I got. Now I sign in a mental health. It will can be from the beginning say obey me hospital bed and go see who dear but what to me who say bibi so it means that there's a problem with your mental health. See you dey ba adwuma mu a ye ka adwen mu apomuden we adwuma mu a e wo say ye kwa adwuma de nti a ye kwa adwuma yetimi ye. It is a mikwe jumana means me focusing on what I'm supposed to do. Ebiana, I'm supposed to keep records or write a minute for my boss or something. Now I can't concentrate on that particular job I'm doing. Then there's a problem with me. It's either say, I'll do a lot of mistakes, your boss will bring it and say, go and do correction. Then you ask yourself, what is happening to me? Because this is not how I do my work. Then it means your mind is battling something which you have not realized.
Noticed. It means, Mama, just say, Ebiana, and yes, I'm an
Debbie.
But within a period it has now taken certain
So take it like somebody who is very outgoing. Obey Juma, he's babbling, is outgoing. They be a woman, Juma maneniaji. Bibia ohuna osresi. Then all of a sudden, no, that is already draw. When you ukon in chenkwa, the way na first and hoke can't no, and tis habium. Not just said the person has an issue, but no ponebia no who say it to me besides another assistant Nancy say why also me are you sure there's nothing I'm okay, there's nothing wrong with me. But what would you know? You see that there's a change in the person's behavior. The way he used to behave, he's not behaving that way. And this can affect your work output.
This can affect your work output. And also one kasano kran and not just say juma kran say.
It does say it gets to a point where you wake up in the morning, you don't even feel like going to the office. Not that you are sick. You are not. But the motivation is not even there for you to go. And then even when you go, there's something we call presentism. You are there. But your body is there, but your mind and everything is not in the place. Until you are not able to produce anything. And if you are a student, you can go and sit in the class, but nothing, whatever they are teaching, nothing goes in there. Because your presence is there, but you are absent.
Great. Inti yeshene sana na meko back to yenya Sarah na Sarah ni mpese mi bisa mi beba from wate ni mpese mi bisa has to do with, and so what could be some of the factors that can influence the state of our mental health, especially in the work area?
Okay, so to just also I agree what Reverend Irene said, like concentration goes down, the person may not perform as he used to perform. So now globally, according to research presently, because of poor mental health, the world globally, we are losing $2.5 trillion just because of mental health challenge at workplace. And then in Ghana, $5 billion we are losing every year. That means we are not giving priority to mental health condition. Sure. Why? It is not that much well understood. Mental health can affect the performance of the worker. A lot of organizations and then policies even are made around physical health condition. If we look at any organization, if the person is sick, immediately he or she will get sick leave or to go and see a doctor. And then there are also, pre-planned conditions that the worker can have medical service and all those kind of things. But when it comes to mental health, all those things are not there. And today, as you ask me, there are so many things that contributes to workers' mental health condition. When we say workers, you have mentioned it, we are not focusing only the high-class workers, but everywhere, teachers, medical workers, and students, traders, everyone, factories, everywhere, all of them. So stress in the system is very high today. Every day, inflation, which leads to economic condition, that leads to stress of the person. And traffic.
Serious.
Wow. Traffic. What time does the person get up to go to work? Normally, the 24 hours in a day is divided into 3, which is 8 hours to sleep, 8 hours to work, 8 hours to do other social activities, relation, all those kind of things. But today, workers are not getting that 8 hours of sleep. Why? Traffic is very high. So they have to get up around 3 a.m. to beat the traffic. And now, how many hours have you slept? And then what time does that person reach home? close from work. So it is not actually 8 hours the person is spending at work. It is like about maybe 12 or something hours, including the preparation and then on the way to the workplace. So we are spending much of our time at workplace. That is our place where we are spending much of our time. So, but the environment of the workplace is also not conducive.
So we are talking about the
the settings, like communication between the worker and the boss or the leaders, and then also there is abuse that contributes to the mental health of the person, such as verbal abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, all these conditions. And then leaders or bosses demand on the worker to perform well and then to meet the deadline. So going through all that, the person may go even under extreme chronic stress or burnout, depression and anxiety. So all this coming together, in addition to the person's even personal mental health condition. Some of us, we have like genetic related issues, genetic depression, genetic chronic conditions. So all those things are contributing factors to the mental health of the worker.
Not maybe Sarah, thank you. Yeah, that's what I say. Let me be some Mama Sarah normally be a war a jume mo a bit me ama ye adwen e bia na senior was nya na hoto so no entumi emma na sa na oka normally be wo hwa se e bia bia wo ye adwuma nimpo enkomodie mo relationship e wo ho no mo encheda enkoso yie na relationship e wo ne wo boss mo kra enye fine ana se demand that wo so se e wo se wutumi meet a certain target within a particular time every idea ma say we so ye adwuma we no eno kra betimi de sa challenge na aba wadwen so na oka about me oka traffic any emra ye deda ye na enso ye ni ade na eno no me baby sama ma Irene say odwen won say factors ni bi wo ho a so bibi wo ho a betimi aye say mama eke traffic near day because say bia na say me baby am fie kra wo ewo ebia menka ashoma as menka ebri because nkofot me fi ebri na mo be adwuma wo kolebu ana say baby ton bi na obe adwuma wini ba na obe adwuma wo kolebu ana say enkwan wo be ye ho de
asem ne de di na so betimi ayi bibi wo ho ye di kan ka say unso ka say ebi mo a enapo a ye dan ye nya ye na wo se nya ena say body no so we nya
no kra no made no no mutike mo
no mudidi no mutonko
no mutonko
se wenya onipa bia nyame boy say that se so no kan say acheche nna no one na kra na nya 8 hours na kafa 8 hours ye adwuma na fa de aka no enti se wangasa se wa hye ho so a se wentimi na enough na be 3 days abo se na bo yare onipa na kasa na ma ho se bibi enti de o se ye ni say it calls for planning because some of them you can't do anything about it. For instance, traffic, I said my sister came. In the obetimi aya ni say, ube try say the slightest time ube nyawo danu mu no. Ube do phone beto nchen. Na wada kakra. Ye mu bebre now the phone has become, I don't know what to say. Maybe another time
and also Rebecca say
a cause. And also count. Another time maybe we'll look at cyber psychology. That's the digital age and our mental health. It's a very interesting topic. A lot of people, they are not having their enough sleep. When the little time they get to go to bed to, you see them on their phone. And you see the phone will take you to things that you have not, by the time you realize you spend 2-3 hours and then the sleep is not there at all. Today, can I say if your challenge is about the traffic and you are not having enough sleep, what you do is, since you are leaving home early to the office space, when you get there, try and work within the time, finish the time that you have. Let your mobile phone and other things be aside. Focus on your work, because I know that if you are supposed to start work at 8, and then because of traffic, you left home very early and got like 6 or you start work straight away. So that if you are working with a boss who understands things and where you are, you can finish by before the 5, the normal closing. If you are a serious person, you can commit to your work and make sure that you finish around 3. If I'm supposed to start work at 8 and I came to work at 6 or 7 and I've done my work, I can leave. And it's a flexible arrangement that can be done, especially when you are serious, you are working. Your boss sees that you are working. You can talk to your boss. He's a human being. Oh, because of where I am and this, normally I get here by 6 or 7. So when I come, I want to start work. So that by 3 o'clock, I can leave and catch up with the rest of the, and it can be done. Especially when COVID came, it taught us how to do things. And now people even work from home. So we can do that. And then we also make sure that we plan our day. So that unnecessary things, we cut them off.
So we can plan our day now, Patrick.
It's, you know, Tessa say, a be say, wait me, I say, quite. Now when you boss are here and she share, me do a juma 6, meanwhile, I'll send me by 8. It's me do me the mayor medjuma. You bought 3 years.
My point.
It's no, what plan only na kawaji atum, and make sure say, oh, bet now one year grow, oh, yeah, a juma, I was say, oh, yeah. What time is so now free? You go home straight, get what you have to do to prepare for the fun, because that's another aspect of your life. You can now have, so that you can have enough sleep so you can come to work with a sound mind. But when you are tired, you overwork your body, you come to work and you can't do anything. Those of us, and when we are trying to get accommodations to, we can also try, though it's not easy, but we can try to get a place closer to our workplace, which is a bit difficult.
Very difficult, I would say. Very difficult,
but sometimes when you, I mean, there's always a way. When you try, you can try your hands at it. And then, like she said, our sister said, sometimes the relationship we had at the workplace is not so good. Communication is bad. So you are in the office or workplace, no communication is coming. You do things, and then somebody comes and is like, what are you doing? Meanwhile, you didn't get any communication instruction or anything. So everybody, but there should be proper communication channel so that information is disseminated so that everybody knows what he or she is doing. And they say, "Juma muna wakwa." Or say, "Yema unhu niya." Or say, "Oye." And information be able. Or say, "Unsaka." Now it's me because sometimes it can be very stressful. What you don't know what is happening, then all of a sudden, then they have thrown you off.
But Mama, bibi sa no we dey sorry say me twa no say no mani bi wo why bia na opinion no and also hands are a bit tied.
And we once in a while, I know they but obi or there are some people they don't plan their activities. No one no we be pia bibi boss go no egu so and no can bibi about workload. So workload ne bro so a e ma wontimi nye adwuma na wonye ni yie said there was say onipa bia wo ye adwuma ma ne so ani. Enti ye be stress empanyifo so ani omo ye adwuma no omo ma ye hu proud adwuma bi wa na de amani pa ne ntem no wa chance no ye odi hu adwuma emergencies wo ho eno the other one we can't do anything about it, but obi wa the normal routine no on famre wontem oh ho anu me ho nim so be come meeting in maybe in a week or 2 weeks time it was a report bi near there was say oh ye one can't a day or 2 to the meeting. Get these things, documents for me. I need it by this time, a deadline. Then you throw the person off board.
Yeah.
The communication is very important. I was saying to me, any who didn't come on. Nothing so no. Say, yes, sister can be. In the Juma Bebre no, there were policies for healthcare, physical healthcare, but mental health be ni ho. Even therapy near the end be ni ho. Onipa ne kura kwa ye beka so no antwiaka. But other we need it to me so the workplace should have employee self programs near there. They say workplaces can even invite people to come and talk to the workers, the staff, about their mental health. And when people are near anything big, sometimes even your poor eating habit can affect your mental health.
State of your mind.
Because the mind feeds on healthy nutrition. It is a way if you are not eating well, you are not feeding well, you are not sleeping well, it can affect you. So those things can be done. And then there can be support groups within the workplace. Say, Bibi Hamia, but confidentiality issues in Tinema, I didn't see a bit to me, and in Kofwedi Yehun. Say, Bibi Hamia, Kramis, Rosa, me colleague, because the next moment, or the general baby aiding come. But say can be training maybe 3 people in the workplace who have confidence, who know how to keep things in confidence. We can train those people, find people to come and train them so that they will be hands-on. So that when somebody has an issue, you can easily go to these people, talk to them, and this is what I'm going through. How may you help? How can you help me? Then we can help ourselves. So that some of these mental, because stress, if not properly managed, can lead to depression, anxiety, and all those things, and it can be deadly.
Stress, if not properly managed, can lead to depression. Mama, how about say ABL between po action and say, assuming in that space, maybe we all don't qualify to handle or support each other in the person's mental or emotional state. Should we also consider referral?
Sure.
For every institution, which you should have,
yes.
Is it a psychologist or clinical educator or counselor or something?
Even GPA is advocating saying workplace, those who don't have these professionals there can liaise with an institution who has, so that whenever there's an issue, they can refer their people there to support them. So they are all over the place. Kolebu has it. They are all over the place. So that we can do referral. And you see, it's very difficult to see somebody's mental health state. The fact that I'm smiling and doing everything does not mean that all is well with me. And so it behoves on us to also talk if we have issues. Because if you don't talk, how would I know that you are going through this? Because I see you smiling, going about as if but if you will go through something. It will hear more. So referral is very important because we may not have the way. And I make people say we can, if we think referring will be too expensive, we can invite professionals to come and help us. So maybe once in a quarter, we can bring this. Abba, individuals no, obi wo problem with me friend nipa not one-on-one.
No, I didn't come. Okay, really, yeah, that must be any nimdia mode maye enyumere. Na adekubi one person maybe sana say emra ye can about mental health outcome, any productivity, how related is that with emotional intelligence?
Okay, so we have been talking about the workplace mental health, and Reverend Irene has been said a lot, yes. But what I also would like to, before I answer the question, policymakers and then also organizational leaders has to give priority to the mental health of the workers. As we have been mentioning, physical health condition is being taken care of, but mental health condition is not. For example, if a woman is pregnant, she goes through depression, anxiety, so many things. She gives birth and there is postpartum depression, but nobody focuses on that area. She only gets that 6 months or 3 months maternity leave. And then what happens in her mind, nobody knows. She can go through a lot of things. The same way all the workers are having different conditions and mental health issue. As Reverend Irene said, still, you cannot look at the person's face and then you can say, oh, this is having this and that. As we said, mental health is not madness or mental illness. But the person can come to office, the person can be at work, but still the person can go through mental health challenge, which is stress, anxiety, and depression. So how can we identify? Before we look at how can we identify, still I want to hammer on policies and organizational leaders giving priority to mental health of the workers. Most of the time, yes.
Yeah, you were a juma, yeah, a juma mu edicanfo. I will say you to me, enya and troyebi, a beboa, or ye juma for no, a dream more apomedin. Right.
So now, if the person has mental health issue, if the organization in the policy is not supporting to take care of the mental health issue of the person, now the person also, most of us, we don't admit unless we feel pain in our body. Oh, I have stomachache, or I have backache, I have headache, I have to see a doctor, I have to go to hospital. But when we have sleep problem, insomnia, when we have loss of appetite, when we have poor concentration, we don't associate it with our health condition. That is the mental health issue. Now, when the person is not going through this, and then the condition is not being taken care of, now the person starts trying his or her own way of taking care of the condition, which is applying maladaptive coping mechanisms, such as alcohol, drug, and not absenteeism, like alcohol, drug, and those kind of things. Absenteeism is also can be, yes. So, but those are the things that can also in return leads to that behavioral change. So now, if the policy and then the organizational leaders are taking care of the mental health condition, the condition wouldn't have reached there. If it reached there, that means the person is now developing some of the mental health condition, which you mentioned, emotional intelligence. That one is a topic by itself, but such as stress, anxiety, and depression. Stress, anxiety, and depression also can lead to physical illness, which is chronic illness, such as cardiovascular disease, hypertension, cancer, and diabetic, and then stroke, and all those kind of conditions. That means when it is reaching that stage that we are saying, oh, so-and-so is not feeling well, he has to go to hospital. Meanwhile, the underlying condition is the mental health issue that has not been taken care of.
Na ye din komo hwe ya dwimu apomuden ho no na enuanoma omoteme nchen ene mama sofo Irene ene oba Sarah enkomodie a ye hwehwe ho no na ye ka se omo ka se empempi no yarwa ni bebre a ye ho ye nipedue ni mu no se obehwe screen ne so a ho ebi wo ho ana o tientin mu egu ne colleague so anase bia odwe kra ensi so chese tumi ho se wabre onyanka obeda kakra enso ebia or deadline be students be okocho exam na restlessness we nyina possible actions and na say effects of the state of the poor mental health ayewo enti enka omo ka se we num nyina no ansa na yebehu se onua kro kra ebia ni baby ye ne ya ebia na koma ye ne ya ebia na onye nya kukurambi ni nyina ehyasie efi adwini mu some time ago ye nyina ye bu ye ni eguso na ye kan se ne de o kan akra kan is it obesity right say weight gain
either weight loss or
just either so we decide say obema wo so ate because why do you know obi susu obi to egudu obi di ayare
obi eno friend beige eating odisa ofikra no odi just to take away the stress,
comfort eating. You comfort yourself by eating.
So popcorn, anything the person gets is just grabbing.
Most of the time, they concentrate. I mean, they crave for unhealthy food such as chocolate, fries, and then fizzy drink, all those kind of things.
Into ye can't we mono. Then say what you think you are experiencing mental challenge. Okay, and some member say so at what point would you say I think I've had enough, I need to
I need to seek help,
and that's I need to slow down. Every bang and I'll be say we dear baby I made you know me here more and that's also me pay more.
Oh, I think because sometimes we don't even know when the thing started and when it ended. Sarah says something that you may doing things and you don't even know that I'm not sleeping is a problem. Many of us go through that thing and we don't take it serious. For a month you can go to bed and sleep will not come. And then you ask some ubi son and say na dey osi ona say mean that na dey na o me dwen hwe you. But ni panic may end. Inti etwaso within a week no you have to seek help. You can just go for a psychological test. And it won't cost you anything. They will just run the test and see whether you have an issue.
More tests.
We have tests,
they assess.
There are a lot of psychological tools, mental health assessment tools. And it will not cost you much. Then you just so maybe for saying poor, maybe once in a quarter or within half a year, just go for just like you can go for normal health check. Do your psychological check. See that everything is okay.
So what I would like to add is, as we are focusing on mental health at workplace, policymakers and then also organizational leaders has to organize. You know, sometimes they have health screening.
Yeah.
Yes, but why shouldn't we add mental health screening to it? Because mental health has already stigmatized. As soon as you are assessed and then your stress level is high, it doesn't mean that you are crazy or mad. Exactly. But automatically it is like stigmatized. Oh, and then it is like an alert.
Yes,
so we have to have.
I really wanted us to look at the issue of stigma and mental health related.
Yeah.
That's why from the beginning we went to differentiate between mental health
and mental
illness.
Right.
Because in Ghana, the moment you mention mental health, then stigmatization. And that is why even when people need help, they don't come up. Because the person feels that me can say, me here, the person say, my body, menko. So that's why education, education. Because Debbie knew I woke there 2 weeks. Doesn't mean our body. Debbie. No. These things have been happening to us. We should be. That's why I say mental health is to all of us. It's not to some particular people.
Everybody experience.
Just that we have not gotten to the extreme where depression and things will set in. Into education, it's good for everybody, from children to the adults. Children also have their own mental health issues. They also, it's a whole topic on it. Until moment you find this topic very serious. See, a bit ye where you dream, yema ya dream up and yes, you work for nothing. But you are deceiving yourself. You won't get any proof. Who said the statistics is very clear? It says that in Ghana, due to mental health, so we lose 5 billion. Afibia, the document is there. Dollars every year in Ghana due to mental health issues. But we are working, but no production. The production is very low.
As needed.
And Mama Irene said, like, would you put together ABA clearly? Now I want to see, you know, I'm trying to measure my scale, myself on a particular scale. I don't know what tool you use though, but I'm trying to get my own tool in my mind to see. Say ABA, my bear, and I say me bear. Me person me bisa. Say I think my mental health a bit deprived of healthy for instance state yeah. Is it like Aduful? Once I share when so now the person is almost flying up towards everyone.
So like the symptoms, I'll give you some, and Sarah will top it up. Like when I started, I said the symptoms of poor mental health. Ebini se untimenda. It is so honor for 1 month. You are not sleeping well, or you are oversleeping. It's two things. Either you are not having adequate sleep, or you are oversleeping.
So two sides,
extreme. Every human being, you have a normal way of sleeping. When you say at least, if nothing at all, you have 8 hours or 10 hours sleep. But you are sleeping 2 hours in the whole day. That's 1 mark for you. Another one is you can't concentrate. First, now you were able to concentrate. Oh yeah, their white dream was so you are able to focus. Then all of a sudden, say addition, say a Juma na you. You see that you are not focusing, and it's not only once. When it's once, it's normal. But then a continual period, then you emotional outburst. You can't control yourself. Obi can when you can be an obu if the ding okay can then but yes ana wo otie. Obi won so anibu but obi su just crying, and you ask the person, why are you crying? The person can't even tell you why he or she is crying, but the person is so emotional, crying. But that's not who you are, because Obia, know yourself. When you know yourself, and then these things start coming, you'll be able to know that there's something. Oh, this is not can say it's not one day. If for one day I get up and I don't feel like eating, there's no problem with that. But for 2 weeks, a month, you don't have appetite for any food. Then the body starts, because the body needs the food to grow. I feel we need to there's a problem. Because and no one I was a bopusa. Now who say bibi enkoye. Oh, and now so did the crab broso. Any Diana would use any healthy food. Drinks the pine, no man be and shedda and ye. If you are yes, Hannah Okra, we did time be something should go into your mouth. Just because in your because we read the man, you want something to control, to distract you. So you start eating those things. It should give you a sign. Say, all is not well. I need to seek help.
And yes, and yes, I would say. Basia so konema wuntumi nda atoatoa so anase bia eduane die ne kora no endo kombium entinanse wunte ne diye anase wo de wutumi didi ma ne bro so de biara da na bibi hye wenumu eno so anase mo kasa tumu se wo weba
anase wo ye kese
te anase wo ye kese mro so we nyina osi hu bibi sa anase enche na oboefu ade anya ebufu kra ni wudi agro kra na adani ebufu enka enye saa na wote enti we nyina mama train say ye hu bi saa e wo se ye ni eba ye ho so se bia bi uhia attention na wetumi ape emoa ma yetumi aboa wo yie
na dey ba kwa me fanka ho untimi keep relationship you are not able to keep relationship
so untimi keep relationship say
they say so onipa nyame boy say social beings, so we don't live as loners. We are supposed to be there for one another. But what the kakribe na nipa ho afom. Penye sana na otio. Umpe nipa. Nti uni we nante na ade kye a no one to natural. No akofa. You are not able to maintain friendship relationship with anybody. It means you have a problem. Because under no one says that human beings, we need people. No matter who you are, you need somebody by you. And yes, in just friends, you know, but you can't keep friends. When you wait until and then no, big to now, no one afro. And we normally say that in China ni paho afro, and no healthy way. So you can't keep, and it can even affect your work relationship at the workplace. You can't be in a team to work, and in the workplace we need teamwork. So you can't be in any team to work, and it's a serious problem.
Right. Mama, so I think you wanted to add some.
Yeah.
Some
a lot of
Marion, thank you so much.
Reverend Irene has mentioned a lot of them. So what I would like to say is, when we see all these symptoms that are stated, and it is with us for 1 week continuously, and then over, we have to be thinking that there is something wrong with us or with our mental health. If the condition is continuously with us for 1 week and more, now we need to seek, yes, at least, like we have said, that if it is 1 day, you feel like, and then another 1 day within a week. But if it is continuously, you are having this symptom or behavioral change continuously, then you have to seek help. So seeking help is not a sign of weakness,
no,
but it is a sign of boldness. Taking care of our mental health is a priority. So seeing a professional, seeing a psychologist or seeing a counselor is very important at this stage. As we said, there are ways and means how the professional can find out this thing is depression or anxiety or stress, because we usually keep saying, oh, I'm stressed, oh, stress is too much, stress. But what is the stress? Exactly. But the professional can assess the individual, then can also intervene in the condition. So it is very important, if the condition is 1 week continuously and over, we have to seek help.
Say emreno or patches ebiane yabubo si nyina na uhu ato so abro so na o twere kodie e wo se ope emoa echiri kwan. Now in this discussion I want us to look at the role of the actors or the key players, because we are looking at work-related stress. These actors will look at the employer, the employee, and possibly the clients.
Yes, the employer, and then also policymakers. You see, the policymakers are like in the government, and then outside even the employer.
Great.
Yeah, we are looking at those groups of people.
Yes, then it was in curbing and as reducing the and not reducing, helping to improve on the mental state of the employees. What should the employer do? Let's take the employer. Then it was
okay, so you said how to help. So in my opinion, it is prevention and also intervention.
Prevention
plus intervention.
Prevention just yes no kwai. And afins na maninsi.
Yes.
And afins so abano ne yeboa I mana yeboa.
So as we normally say, prevention is better than cure. Yes. So now, how do we implement or start working among the workers or in our staff as an employer to prevent conditions that is going to arise? So the workplace, as we said, there is a physical health or screening every time. There should be a mental health screening annually at every workplace.
It is mental health
screening annually. It is not because the person is having illness or whatever it is, but it is checkup. Sometimes we go for physical checkup, our heart, our liver, this and that. The same way, mental health screening has to be an annual plan for that organization. Secondly, now, if we do that, let me just explain. If we do that, we can identify those who are going through the mental health challenge. It can be emotional distress, it can be like a psychological problem or psychosocial problem. So intervention can also be provided for them. Now, the organization, in addition to that, maybe it is not every organization who can have a counselor or psychologist in their infrastructure, but they have to liaise with just like with a hospital or individuals like private professionals who can come annually or when there is a need to also do the intervention. The other thing, there should be also employee assistant program. Reverend has mentioned it already. It is EAP. Sure. So the EAP is employee assistant program is there is a mental health assistant. There should be a professional there. Now, this professional can assess anytime, and then the individual also, as we mentioned, when they are educated, when they are aware when to see a professional, now they have a place to go. So this employee assistant program, it can be screening, education, and all a lot of things are included in that. So policymakers and also employers has to think about this aspect. So if we do this early, we can prevent some of the conditions that is going to go to chronic stress, chronic depression, or other things before it reaches that stage. And if it reaches, we can also intervene and then prevent any casualty or extreme conditions.
Wow, say so we can prevent any casualties or extreme conditions. Mama, na you break but before then, in the next 2 minutes, we could break. Before then, maybe say, Mama, I can about the employer and then the other stakeholders or policy makers. Maybe say about the employee. One kasa ebia say me nurse, me juma ewo hospital, me doctor, me teacher, man kasa. What should be my role in promoting my own mental health?
So thank you so much for that question. So say me ankasa me ujuma ye ni na me pese me bo me madwimu aho ban no I was saying making sure say me ankasa me ma manage ejuma na me ye no
uma wani je
ejuma na if you are not happy about the work you are doing and no cry a whole stress on it so if you are not happy ejuma na wo ye no
and okay
I was say wani je ejuma na
enjoy your work.
but sisi ana say ejuma ni ho nti
it will be a ye bibi and no na this stress ne kese kura aban people are doing what but ejuma ni want eno na we say here
uncle wa brochu owie 3 years ne pay ya plan ne obekwa
eno na ye problem is because nti nipa no ono akwa ejuma no kra ni je bi anim nti ejuma ne nya di mpo na be stressful amano because but first one e was employee no ejuma wo ye no wankasa wani ye dey echi ho so when you do one, man, we you a brave mo pounce. Adia something you love doing. When you are doing it, it's stressful. You don't even feel it. Feel it. And I feel so. Yema your workplace no. My yema a whole nye toxic. We are coming. We me. San your man when we are at a workplace and we are working and we don't feel a sense of belonging. Everybody is on his own. Until u kwejuma call it akuma say. Obi o be out so say mitimi ni we adwuma. So you study the people and then work with them. Because one yes na abribia obi kaka na de show mu a e ma time bia no na ayawdie e wo mu nte be yanka ye adwumayefo
mama we die me ntwawa no o se e be yanka ye adwumayefo because person yetumi esisu biom titi ne wo kan ne sisi about toxicity of the place no eho hia me pese wo be kom wo be domo esuko
I say ka say
enti mayen ji a ho me kakra na ye ba ene na WTV consulting room ene ye say ye share mental health looking at stress work related stress enti ye besan aba na eno echi no opesa wo frɛ opesa wo send WhatsApp obetimi ayenesa enche ye besan aba back ye da mase bebre
because a lot of us are doing what we
Meye mi fie Christian fie mema mi kun aye Christian ni na me mofra aye Christian fo mema mi fie aye Christian fie ban papam aye dwumadi a ekoso ewo WTV so kasa afa ekwaya ye tete ye mofra ekwanya ye befa so ama ya ware ayefe ne ya ware edimu efie entete anase efie siesie ene efie nkomodie mu nso yenya ento nchen into me to sa frɛw sɛ hwɛ WTV na nneɛma pa bebree ɛwɔ WTV so enwumpa nkomodie papa nneɛma pa ɛbɛboa me ne omienu ɛne yɛmfie kɔso ara na hwɛ WTV.
Praise God, praise God. Christ in tea, you respond, yeah, this year. I'm excited to announce to you, friends in the Lord, are you seeking for a platform where you can pray? Ope baby apeso bompai. Now ninyami edi inkita home. Bibi chile so. And amanye bi na the same kum. And you come home. Let's go into the prayer room on WTV every Friday 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. to meet seasoned ministers of God that God has raised to impact your life. Remember, John Wesley said, I have too much to do, therefore I spend several hours in prayer in able to do it. That is why we are calling upon you. Meet myself, Reverend Hosea say, and the Evangelism Mission and Renewal Directorate as we lead you into the prayer room where we encounter Christ. And I believe your life will never be the same. Call your friends, your loved ones, every Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., where we will encounter Christ. God bless you. See you on our screens on WTV every Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. God bless you.
That each and every one of us
Enti ye damasi bebre se wetumi enya abotere ede atwenye na munim se ye di nkomo se dia ne na also questions or contributions ne experiences our person will share no they are very much welcome. And until your telephone lines near 025 625 3461 025 625 3461 and that's a 053 835-0625 053 835-0625. So person will send a WhatsApp or person will be some question through a beer ube free ube to me ayenasa Facebook and so ewo honomo and handle be up so be use be ano or for anything e hano na mama Irene and sana ye beko break na when ya botra train ye no na mama Irene can about yeah Mama Eka about the fact say environment ni bi wo honoma e bi toxic kakra mama me pacho me fa kwa aguna so seju evra. Hello Reverend. Hello Papa. Hello Papa. Okay. Pacho yente nenka enti yebeko aba yenka. Hello. Hello,
Mr. Monka.
Okay, man pacho okay.
Okay, sisi na make say yama edwuma mu ho anye eni kan man yanka say asitene mu a e ma stress ba yeso. Inti no obi ye obi bi we edwuma mu a.
Yes.
Hello. Mpacho bitimi aboyen with the sound no ha say kakwa. Hello. Pacho na so ase.
Inti no dia ye kan say yemba wetimi waka me no yenjemu. Obi ye obi bi a let it go na yentimi nye edwuma. And I remember say oba edwuma ye. Yeba officer we come to work or say ade ton na wo ton a edwuma na wo ye. Inti enyoba bi ebe ma wankasa wani nje wani awo ye na so jem. Na wotimi ema wadwen mu ye fa na wotimi ne nkofo etena se. Na wotimi di wadwuma ma wankasa okoma. Because we ade na wo ye ni ya wa wani je. To me ye edwuma at the end of the day when you are able to achieve your target you become happy as an individual. Inti yema ye edwuma na yema sisi bibi koso Ghana ha me kakra
Pacho betumi aka ho asem
now we are all living in glass houses even obi ton wache kra
Pacho mamemfa honorable Lembra. Hello Uncle Kweku. Honorable
really the contribution.
Hello honorable
So mama the contribution kakra
me Pacho
to
there's something going on in Ghana. We are all, you know, our temperate zone is different from outside a European country. Oshuimu, all our houses and our workplace is turned into glass. So somebody is selling wachi in a container full of glass. No natural oxygen is coming in. This thing is gradually destroying because the mind needs oxygen. Content obi hairdressing, you go there, the whole place is covered with glass. no fresh air comes in there. It's the same carbon monoxide that we bring out. That is, it's something happening, and it's affecting us gradually, which we are not aware. So we also should make sure that wherever there should be proper ventilation. It's very, very important. And fresh air. But it's here, and it's killing us gradually. We have not noticed. You go to the office.
Honorable Lembra. Hello, Honorable.
Mama Rose.
Yes, Papa. Yeah, that's the way to me. Pacho, good evening.
Good evening. You did Honorable 𝗥𝗩𝗪𝗘.
Yes, Ajahn. Pacho, you too.
Me focus. I want to use na me ma follow nkomo na kakra better me
then Pacho kakra na ye be ma volume no akosro kakra na wetumi ama onesu kakra ma.
Okay, Pacho am prepare.
Okay.
Mama Pacho here.
Pacho yetio.
Yo, it is common mental health no very important. Now your focus now is on the workplace first. Now, some can be clear and workplace. Now, incredible I think the parents should focus their mental health as well. We have most of our kids
please can you hear?
They don't find any joy in waking up. So I think we should pay attention to so
I say they should pay attention to
we should pay attention to that aspect. So now you follow up whether they are facing some mental challenges with school and I decide because I see the school as the workplace of the children. This is what I also want to add.
It's a contribution.
Okay, Honorable Pacho,
he was
commenting.
It was a
contributing.
Kind of contribution, and
sure.
He was saying that for today our focus was on workplace, but he is also looking at children.
Yeah, which of course we mentioned.
Because the children, that is their workplace.
Yeah.
So we're saying that, for instance, when we're talking about waking children up early in the morning, normal call. What are we saying about? It is affecting their mental health. Because right away, Nakolana Kasa was all that. Unya enough sleep, 10 hours at least for little children. And then, so if, for instance, you don't check on the child to sleep early, around 8:30, ideally, students or people should sleep around 8:30. So that by 4, now we have enough sleep. But most of our parents are not also checking on their children, so some of them don't sleep.
They even arrive. Some parents arrive home
because 11. Yeah. And you know, 3 now. You are destroying. You are destroying it. Of school. Until I say presenteeism or cotton class or but not dream is not in the class.
Some
it's
of
not
them, they are sleeping in the
classroom, and it's affecting their children. And you know, as parents, if we have that challenge of living home very, because some of us are living with our children.
Yeah, since the hello.
Hello.
Yes, Papa Pacho. Good evening.
Good evening.
Dad and Pacho, you what to say?
Yo, at the family of 𝗥𝗩𝗪𝗘 Kumasi.
Yeah, there say.
Yo, kakra bibi sani say, mu kasafa mental health. Na dia mu kanyi nyina na mu kasafa edwuma sometimes utumi confused. Me akasa me pama de me felani na bi tembi anopa ma da sorry na ma betena edwuma no. Many to me kuma me yamu hwe ye person me bisa say dey na cause so sad dey no ono so mental health one me da say
yeah that's bebre he says mostly his dressmaker or fashion designer. A lot of the times when he gets to the workplace, that's when he feels sleepy, and he wants to know what contributes to it.
When he gets to the workplace, he feels sleepy. So has he checked his night? Was he getting enough sleep? Because if he did not get enough sleep, by all means, it affects his daily routine. And the other condition is, as I was saying, maybe there might...
Let me add Esther to it from Kumasi. Okay. I'll be back. Hello, Mama Esty.
Hello, Mama.
Yes, Papa. Mpacho Kumasi for what to say. Me Pacho, Namia, do bit me ma won so kakra me.
Yo, Mama, Pacho me gase. Me a mental counselor, na na topic no me nya de ho pa.
Yeah, that's it.
And then me Mama mental health. E wo father hana. Me nya de pa.
Okay. Mama Esther, na yet you. Hello, Mama Esther. Mama Esther. Oba Pesa. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Okay, so to just add something to the first person's question, when he goes to workplace, he feels sleepy, but as I said, he has to check his night. Does he get enough sleep? Sometimes we go to bed, even we might be going to bed by 8, and then we might be in bed up to 5 a.m. But it doesn't mean that we have got enough sleep, because the mind has to rest. There is something that we call self-talk. Like we are processing informations, we are talking within our mind while we are in bed. That means we are not actually sleeping. We are just lying down in bed. So he has to check about this thing, and then if he is not getting enough sleep, that is the effect of having drowsiness during the day. For now, this is what I can say.
And he asked whether it is part of mental health. Yes.
Yes.
It is. So like she said, you have to check himself and see whether, one, like he said, if you are lying in bed, your mind is still processing thought, it means you are not asleep. So what da? What could them pep? But why drink a coso
no puma
dressing? Now one night. Into best sorry, nobody know a bread into continue better. Into mental health issue. Don't shine in them. Say, draw na draw, or could damp more da. Because what you forget about yourself when you bet to one sorry. And now on shall say, or could dantem. We won't nantem until you enough sleep. Because obia at least outdoor there you should get between 7 to 8 hours.
Yes. Minimum of 6 hours.
6 hours.
Maximum of 7
8
hours.
10 and 12.
Could it also be say A B and sometimes we say Obi or yeah Mama Linda and Brass. Hello, Aba Linda. Hello, Mama Linda. Hello, Mama Linda. And then with the fancy and say, yeah, phone lines, no, I think.
A network.
Yeah, network maintenance. Okay. Inti, enche, ye besign up back na ye to me, mutimi afraid you na ya twaso ni ye incommodie no. But prior to that, no, na me can say, sometimes one say, would say, some people are active in the morning. Others are in the night. Like for reasons, me say bani say addition. Would me share na do means and they are not do that. People wake up at dawn to learn they give me the day and I am very productive in the day. Could it be say be or not so be a bit of a challenge?
It's possible. It's possible because they say like you said, I also don't learn during the day. During the day I can't learn anything. Nothing.
Mama far about Esther in process here. Hello, Mama Esther.
Hello, Mama.
Yes, or him, where they made us say when you are but same patriot to you.
Yeah, Mama. Mama, topic and then me and me mental health nurse of father say be hospital.
Let us say.
Now, Miss some of father for Belfort Matted.
Right.
And then me come mental health conditions in the world. Father say be hospital.
Why, yeah, dear.
And you almost church one custom. And when you are the fire, you big to me anka. His training for the brain anka. Young cancer, mental health issues, and another mental health nanka, for frontier. And they acquire you who send for the bureaucrat and pay attention to their mental health issues. And then, you know, acquire problem. I'm sorry, any of mine, no, and the society now you work. The my work, your output in a coupon party, and not every rate. Many of the topic and no finalism. You want to discuss it, some nominate of a bit to me and pay for and sorry.
Yeah, that's it, Mama. Why, yeah, dear. So, Bohundero, El Quadra, so no more. As I say, you and I, Kabuma, why are you? When they teach about, let me share. Great. Patrick, now can be.
Not make us say, Now make us say, it's a whole can say so individual differences. It is a beer or you're very active in the night, and then the bear saying can na de pamuno, obey na najo, not during the day.
But Mammy call Aduful. Hello, Mama Linda. Mama Linda.
Hello.
Yes, Mama. Mpacho Aduful for today.
Hello.
Hello, Mama Linda. Aduful for today. Yeah, Linda, person me
I told you, Yanko Pardon.
Yeah, there are say, who said dang there for so Aduful.
Oh, respect.
Mpacho,
problem obi the bia no bi sisi ya etumi ma bi sisi na me nkwa no o ha na bia me come as o bi sisi le bi pray ma no nti pray ma no na chese o ebe mental issue na
that's it. It's mama my home why Nyamisha bebre. Yeah, okay, Baba, wait it.
Mama Linda, say enya idea de bia etwaswa and shedanye problem because only pay bia ebufo ho obi push you to the wall and you get angry will be full it is a banesa na se okasa na pie wano a na once or twice bia and shedanye mental health but say idea atwaso like Mrs. Takanse say behavior no etwaso more than a week. Now say a mental health ube seek help ube sire na wape mwa na ye de wafa therapy ma na ya kire de obe ya ebe ma se bibisa ase a obubeto oyem
Me that say intina ye go so about the state
intino like the ye kind of say nipa na hwe we employee ye ka employee state and your man was say ye be ya ebe ma yankasa so ye ni age wo adwuma ye wom
that actually
ye wo inti the work environment and Kasakrani, Yemen is conducive for us. Into core officer, especially say most offices have turned into air conditioned rooms. It's BM Tokyampo and Frama Afayem. Me say when I go to the office in the morning, before be able be winning Obama say wait, a Rihanna Banua so easy, but for now I want to enjoy fresh air. It's imagine me fresh air and chill na some mobana mopem Asia. No more so. But it's in this is 24/7. Ube rawa no waso. Ena from fresh beer and fi baby ama. It's a conducive work environment is very, very important for our mental health.
Very important.
Because the mind feeds on the things around us. Ena baby a we juma as a year center on formal work, but everywhere you are. Ma we juma won't say ye drum. Ma baby a we juma ne honte. Pra ho. Clean the place. If you are selling, make sure that you tidy up the place because it adds to your health.
Pacho mama call Tafo Embra, right? Hello, Eda Tree. Eda Tree.
But the Bushel said, the book is done as a nation, Madonna, a dick to camp and chance in the Koran machine and Manana. A bus have been doing it more computer computer. And after Ziana, the Sunda Koratia, Minkaida and Koran to India. It's in the green design, you don't come on.
Me Pacho, Eda say empty Mama Becca,
so according to him, when he sleeps and he hears the slightest noise, he gets panicked.
He just panics.
And then that will be the end of it. The sleep will not come.
Sleep,
That's a problem. And then the second thing is that he says that
and can say he finds it difficult to recall his dreams.
When he dreams, he forgets about it and cannot recall.
Well,
so at least, yes.
Coming to dreams, I mean, we have different type of dreams. Some of them like nightmares, some of them, I mean, biblically, some of them are dreams that can be interpreted. Some of them are just like your daily activities that comes to your mind at night. And then forgetting those things may not be that much concerning, but the issue of sleep and then slightest noise being disrupted, his sleep is an issue, because we have two types of sleep that we call rapid eye movement and non-rapid eye movement sleep. So when we have rapid eye movement sleep, that is when we sleep deep, very deep. Even if like something is blasting, you don't hear. So that means this person is having that shallow sleep, not deep sleep. That's why slightest thing he hears, then he's awake. So he has to check, yes, there is something that is in his mind, that his mind is not completely in a relaxed mode, and then going into that deep sleep to have that deep rest. So I think there should be a check what is happening in his mind, what is affecting him.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Mama, me pacho yitio. Apom to say.
Pacho me hoya na say.
Nyami adomboko pacho yitio.
Please, can I speak English instead?
Great.
Yes.
Please, you can do that.
All right. So for myself, I think for a while now, I have been really stressed with most things that I have had going on with me. I've had to change jobs because, like was rightly said initially, I was working at a different place, and then the distance and all wasn't favorable for me. So,
Sweet, can you please? Hello, can you please speak a bit louder?
Okay.
Thank you. Sweet, please, I'm listening.
Please, can you hear me?
Very well. You said you had to change some job.
Yes, I had to change jobs because of distance. I wake up like 4 a.m. and then have to go to work. Then I leave work like 6:30 and get home like 8 p.m. So I was really, really stressed. Like hardly could I sleep. I go to bed maybe latest by 10, and I fall asleep maybe around 2 a.m. because I'm just not able to sleep. My mind is roaming and all. And I have to be up the next like 4 a.m. So like 2 hours, 3 hours. And it has been really like serious. It's continued, I can say, for years now. And it's that bad because like someone said in the last call, I sometimes process thoughts and then it comes out verbally. And even sometimes I stand in front of a mirror and then I talk to myself. Like I have a full-blown conversation outwardly. So I've not really had a test before. I've not gone to check it out and anything, but I just wanted to know what else I can do to help myself.
Okay. Thank you very much. Dear, we'll get to you. Yeah, call Bimbila Amba. I'll say. Yeah, hello, Abapa Ram. Mama Ramatu. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Mama. Me pacho Bimbla for what to say.
Pacho, good evening.
Good evening, Obapa. Pacho Yeti.
Hello.
Auntie Ramatu, Pacho Yeti.
Me pacho, be me problem.
And network had quite a lot of challenges, but at least we'll be able to address the few. Mama Messi, where dear Essencia, no my unity. One patrol yeto, patrol yanto onesie. Yes, Mama. Mama Messi, patrol yeto.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mama. Patrol yeto. Unfortunately, that's the big. Sure. So generally, I think it has to do with the sleeping patterns affecting.
Yeah, she mentioned she has been changing job, and then she's the one who spoke English.
Because of the stress.
And then she's also having sleep problem, and then she's talking to herself. We cannot address this issue on air, but we will be announcing our numbers, and then we can have a personal talk.
Because we need to assess.
I think since we have just about a minute to go, you can drop the numbers and then you add the last word.
Okay, so my number is 054-7150-192. I repeat, 054-7150-192.
Okay.
They can call and then.
Mama,
yeah, 020-70-29057. 020-79-70-29054. So they should call, and then because we need to assess the person to be able to diagnose properly. Otherwise, we can be not unfair.
Okay, so my last word is
20 seconds.
Yes, we are expecting policymakers and then organizational leaders to take care of our health, mental health, but we are also responsible for ourselves. So let's check based upon what we have discussed. Check ourselves and then see if we need a mental health assessment intervention. So let's be bold. It is not, you are not mad, you are not crazy. So stress can be, anyone can experience it. So let's go to various hospitals, 𝗟𝗡𝗀𝗘 37, 𝗥ma Hospital, Ridge Hospital. There are a lot of places. So there is service, take care of your mind, your mental health.
Mental health issue enya idea e ma nipa ba kope ye nyina ye fem ene ya church kwan a obefa so obehu se weduru ho ana e wo se wo seek for help until se nyama ya bobo so se wo experience bia ye be sere se obepre emoa ukope emoa no nche se wo ye weak until ye sere obi bia wutie ye bia ye de number atodwa se want me enya number no pa me sure se wo frɛ host na unsabe kan now, all over the place. In the association, we have people all over the place. Baby, I want to be lazy with somebody who is closer to you. Or with me, with your mental health state. And seek help. Don't feel shy. Don't let the stigma
help you. Was said won't train na normal engine and same answer. Ya da masi bebre se motumi enya emre etie yen afre yen yenim se na your lines no had some challenges and network no basenye etie bia no nyame ensha bebre. It's about your health, your mental health and the mental state. It was a one kasa you own yourself, you become responsible to your own health. It was a emra wa break na wa break ne kakra senye beya ubetumi at na ache it to me at the year. Enjoy your life. Now wait dear now you can say thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you very much also for Irene. And then God bless you. Wow, feel baby. I will be out here. Nyami onsha mo bebre. Nyami ensha yen crew no for all the support you always give us. And na ne meka kan ho bi ne say yema Methodist asafo nyinara wa Ghana ne ama no ne Methodist nyinara say congratulations and the mayen so paying presiding bishop and ne ya ni inducted into office. I was saying do a day as say Papa Johnson Kwabena Asamoah Bedu Prof presiding bishop that Onyankopon say Emma Wonkra and we boost your phone and method the asafo nyinara. Congratulations to all of us. We pray say nyame be yadom na nyame enhye your what the man method the asafo no ebede di ahyene de no nyam and na nyame di chat of kra no call new Aplaku circuit damo asibebre titiru me ene munsem amodie ede amaye yenim se Onyankopon be hyene de no nyam. And God bless all of you wherever you are. All my colleagues, we are so grateful. We thank God for your life and may you continue to reign under God's covering and his protection. Nyami adma next week if say Asia bio WTV consulting room Aduful. God bless you.